copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Thank you, Phil. And it was an immense
10 of Jennifer Jo Cobb.
great job in qualifying by Jennifer Jo. She had qualified in the 24th spot, but some smoke coming out of that rear fender of PK, and he's able to do so, getting a good push from behind. Ty Bodine up behind.
A lot of guys staying in line here.
Two by two. Light, though.
We got 3 wide there. Ty Dillon opted to back off just a bit.
There's the outside line. Looks like it's going to be leading off of 1.
That's got to make you smile, knowing there's a lot of options on this racetrack when you go to strap in tomorrow.
Now we got the big wreck.
Big wreck with Ty Bodine into the wall. Coming off of turn number 1, it looks like he hits the inside wall. And we're hearing that potentially he was involved with the 32.
30 of Nelson Piquet Jr. is what we're hearing. Possible contact there.
Everybody got bunched up over there in in the middle.
You could see Nelson just loses the front of his truck a little bit coming up off, or no, that's not the case.
No.
Wow. Todd looked like maybe pulled over a little bit.
That's what it looked like.
That's a tough view. I mean, we're looking at it from the side, so you can't really tell what line. Here will be a better shot.
View here. Let's see what happens.
Wow.
Looked like maybe Todd was going to pull down to draft off of Buescher.
Yeah, he was just going to get a little bit of a sniff of air off Buescher, and PK held his line.
Right along with Timothy Peters.
Maybe Nelson didn't expect this move from Todd, Phil, you think?
I'd say he definitely didn't expect it. It looked like Todd was just following Buescher to draft off him.
And the spotters are up here where we are, and we have that same vantage point from the side, so it would have been
another good view right here. You see you move down and Todd moves down, and unfortunately Nelson already had his nose up there. Nelson had no idea that Todd was coming down.
Look at there. Todd is very upset. Threw his helmet at PK.
Obviously I was in the inside. I try to stick on his quarter panel.
Himself to sit for 3rd.
So Coulter trying to hold on to the 3rd spot. Crafton back there behind him in 4th. Out in front. PK Jr. and James Buescher.
Those Twitters are the Cup drivers that will be racing here tomorrow. That's got to make you and those Crafton there.
Ooh, up the racetrack, and there's a wreck behind him. Timothy Peters is going to slam into the wall as well.
Well,
the 82 goes around at Sean Core.
Timothy Peters right there.
There's the damage to the front end of the 17. We saw him going around.
That's our point leader.
He was leading coming into this race.
Look at all the damage to Paulie Haraka's truck, to 5.
Had a 23-point lead.
It just almost never works.
Watch Paulie Haraka really low, bad angle into the tunnel too.
On the inside of Ron Hornaday in the 9.
Oh,
just doesn't get down to the bottom.
Truck wouldn't turn when he got there for whatever reason. You know, Jeff, that angle he approached the tunnel with, it's going to make it hard to turn. But you can see Peters, he's down inside of Matt Crafton. He just loses his truck. Aerodynamically, that's a tough pass to make, whether the pavement is new or not.
Then the 22 truck, he's out front, and now it's swapped. And now it's the other way.
John West Townley powers his way back by the 6 of Justin Lofton. Here comes Jason White making his move on the 23.
Ross Chastain on the outside pushing him in the watermelon truck.
Another solid run for Ross. Racing up inside the top 10. He's just been creeping up on that top 10, and today he's there.
PK's been able to get by Denny Hamlin to move up a spot, get 1 notch closer to that front 3.
Inside of 4 laps remaining. Coulter, Buescher, Crafton, PK Jr., Denny Hamlin in the 5th spot. Then it's Kligerman, Ty Dillon, John West Townley, Jason White, and Chastain, your top 10.
And that could be a significant move, because now you're in the 2nd row if you get a restart versus a 3rd row. And there's a huge difference in having a chance to win the race between the 2nd and 3rd row.
Yeah, the guy leading the race was in the 2nd row, and he took advantage of that starting spot. We talk about the aerodynamic drag these trucks produce. So when you're in that 2nd row, you got somebody to draft off of and make a run. You get a bit better start than they do, you can really take advantage of it.
We saw it at Iowa on the short track. We saw it at Chicago on the 1.5 mile, and we're seeing it here on the 2.5 mile.
We're all talking about the caution, and Coulter's praying that there isn't one, because he's going to be really hard to beat if there's no caution right here.
Joey Coulter now dominating out in front, has almost a 2nd lead over James Buescher. Good battle here. Ty Dillon trying to chase down that 29 of Parker Kligerman.
Yeah, good rebound for Parker Kligerman. Started in the 17th spots, racing up inside, just outside the top 5.
And for Ty Dillon as well, bounced off the wall on the first lap.
Yeah, of all the point guys, you think about it. I mean, Ty looked like he was in the biggest trouble, early, and he's going to come out if nothing happens between now and then with a reasonable finish.
Yeah, we talk about points issues. Timothy Peters hard into the wall. He was our point leader coming in. Ty Dillon second coming in. Justin Lofton, James Busher, and Parker Kligerman top 5 in points entering this race.
You think a top 10 don't mean a lot to these guys? This is the battle. 2 by 2.
Whoa. Miguel Paludo gets loose. Lofton able to get by on the bottom.
That's your battle for 10th right there.
Yeah, I'm shocked that Jason White was able to avoid Paludo because he got sideways, pulled right up in front of him, and Jason turned it hard right to go around him.
2 laps of racing remain. Joey Coulter looking for his first ever win in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series.
How cool would it be to get your first win by pulling off a restart like that, coming from 3rd to 1st on the restart?
And not only that restart, the restart before that, if you remember, he made it 3 wide in the middle to keep 3rd spot. If he had done that, if he would have given that up, he wouldn't be in the spot he's in now. So he had 2 great restarts.
He's just hoping to get to the start-finish line to see that white flag. Then the next flag will end this thing. Piquet gets another spot from Kraft and moves up to 3rd.
How disappointed will Nelson Piquet Jr. be in his day after having such a dominant truck leading so many laps? White flag comes out now for Joey Coulter.
If Joey can just make it back around unscathed, he's got him one.
James Busher, 9/10 of a second behind. There's RC.
There's your boss, your teammate leading the race. Good feeling, huh?
Hey, listen, when they're winning, he's happy, so I sure hope he wins. He's easier to deal with, and he's happy.
Richard Childress of RCR Racing, and he is hopefully going to be happy as they make their way down the Long Pond straightaway into the tunnel turn. Joey Coulter has one more turn to negotiate here in Pocono.
Ty Dillon has made his way by Kligerman to move up another spot.
Well, he's holding his breath right now, just making sure he doesn't make a mistake, make sure he doesn't do anything silly, hoping nothing breaks on the truck. That's a long last lap.
Phil, you talked about the experience. He's run here in the ARCA race before.
Damn, bud, you brought
but
me to
this
tears
time,
right here. I told you could do it. We
it's
all
to
believe in
victory
you,
lane. Joey Coulter wins it at Pocono. Busher holds on for 2nd. PK Jr. moves up to 3rd. Crafton and Hamlin, your top 5. A good points day for Ty Dillon. Came in the 2nd spot. The problems for Timothy Peters could mean Ty Dillon closing in on the top spot.
His family's put in so much to help him and to get where he is. His family's put a huge effort, put a lot of effort, time, money, and energy into trying to help Joey fulfill his.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.